right, class. 1, 2, 3, eyes on me.
1, 2, 3, eyes on you.
Good. So today we're gonna learn about goods and services. So I need you guys to open up your journals. I like how Emma already had her journal opened. Good job, Emma. Now, the journal entry today is about what would you do if I gave you $100? Okay, so in your journal, write 3 to 5 things. What would you buy with $100? And you guys could go ahead and write on your journal. And when you're done, give me a thumbs up. All right, Emma's done, good job. Would anybody like to share what they wrote? What would you buy with the $100? Who would like to share with us? Emma?
Candy.
Candy. Beto?
Toys.
Toys, okay. Anybody else like to share?
7 dogs and 5 hamsters.
Wow, 7 dogs and 5 hamsters, okay. All right, so you guys could go ahead and close up your journals. Now today, in order to start the lesson, we have to review 2 words that we already know about, producers and consumers. Okay, so a person who buys things, is it a producer or a consumer? Can somebody raise their hand and tell me? A person who buys things. Alejandra?
A consumer.
A consumer, good. And the person who grows or who makes things, what is that person called? Producer or consumer?
A producer.
Good job, you guys. All right, so let's begin our lesson. Today we're gonna be focusing on what those things are. There's 2 types of things that consumers can buy. It's goods and services. Our objective today, I'm gonna show you guys an anchor chart, which is a fancy word for poster, and a video on goods and services. And then I'm gonna show you guys the poster about art and how it's found in advertisements, how artists help stores sell things. And then you will be able to identify pictures as a good or service with an 88% accuracy on a test, okay? That's what we're gonna be doing today. All right, now, I need my teacher assistant to come help me pass out these papers. While I teach, you guys will be filling out these papers with notes. Make sure you write your name on top. When Alejandra gives you that, make sure you write your name on top.
Here you go, miss.
Thank you. All right, I'm gonna walk around and see who wrote their names. Thank you. Group number 1, thank you. Group number 2, you guys doing good. All right, so like I mentioned, last time we were focusing on the producer and a consumer. These 2 people help sell things in the store. So producer is someone who makes or grows goods or offer services. Like this farmer, he makes good. He makes his carrots, he grows his oranges, apples. He's a producer. And a consumer is a shopper, someone who buys goods or services. Now, what are goods and services? Goods is things that are made or grown. Pants are made, shirts are made, somebody makes smoothies. These are all goods. Teddy bears, lollipops, apples. Those are goods that are being sold. Services is what people provide. Work that someone does for someone else. Like a waiter. A waiter goes to your tables and hands you your drinks and your food. That's a service. A doctor, he checks up on you, on your health. That's a service. A teacher, me, teaching you guys, that's a service, okay? So that's the difference between goods and services. Make sure you guys are taking notes on your little bubbles. It says, a good is a thing that is, who can fill in those blank rows? What is a good? Things that are
Made or grown.
made or grown, okay? So write those two words down, made or grown. Did you get the wrong one? Good. Give me a thumbs up once you're finished writing that. Use important vocabulary words for the day. Goods and services. Good, everybody has their thumbs up. Now services. Somebody, it's, a service is what? What is a service? Emma?
Work.
Work. So fill it in. Work that someone does for someone else. Good job. Now I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys a quick video. And by seeing this video, I want you guys to write or draw an example of a good and an example of a service, okay? My lights person?
It's exciting, Moby. Everyone's selling stuff to raise money for new computers. What are you selling? You're selling signed photos of yourself? What are goods? People buy and sell different kinds of goods. Goods are things that are made or grown. Clothes, computers, and cars are examples that are manufactured or built or.
Okay, so shirts, computers, cars. You could write one of those examples or draw one of those examples on your box for goods. Shirts, computers, or cars. You could choose one example from there.
Come from natural resources. Wood is a natural resource that we use to make goods, like paper and pencils, furniture, and homes.
These are also goods. These are things that are made. So this is also a good. You could write a chair, you could draw a chair if you haven't drawn anything for good. A chair is a good, paper, pencils, homes, those are goods. Give me a thumbs up once you're done drawing or writing. Thank you. Moving on.
Services. A service is work that someone does for someone else. A dentist, babysitter, and a bus driver are people who offer services.
Alright, so for your service box, you could drive a dentist, a bus driver, a teacher, or you could just write the word for services, for your services box. These are people who provide services.
Babysitter and a bus driver are people who offer services. A teacher provides the service of teaching. A firefighter provides the service of keeping people safe. I'm offering a dog walking service to people in our community. Some goods and services are made or offered locally. But goods and services can come from other parts of the country or from other countries.
I'm gonna practice labeling goods and services. I need you guys, table group number 1. Can you guys stand up? That's you guys. Stand up, and can you make a circle right over here? Group number 2. You guys look like you're ready. You guys can come over here. You guys could have a seat. Make a circle. John. Beto, you're gonna be with DJ, and you're gonna be with Amanda, okay? So you guys could spread out a little bit more. Remember, we're making a circle. I'm putting these 2 hula hoops. One of them's gonna be for goods. One of them's gonna be for services, and we're gonna be classifying them. I'm gonna give you an object, and with your partner, you're gonna think, does it belong in the goods section or does it belong in the service? Now that I pass these goods and services out to you guys, I want you to talk with your imaginary partners, with your real partners, and decide whether what you got is a good or a service, okay? I'll give you guys a few seconds to think over it. Any questions? Does anybody have any questions before we begin? No? Okay. So I'm gonna call out your name, and you're gonna stand up with your partner and just tell us where it belongs to the service group or the goods group. I already put down some examples. All right, so let's begin. Who would like to go first? You guys can raise your hand and volunteer. All right, Emma and Amanda, go ahead. You can stand up. Show us what good or service you received.
Firefighters rescuing.
Firefighters rescuing. Where do you think that goes to? Services or goods?
Services.
Why is it a service?
Because the firefighters are taking out the fire.
Good, they're working, right? It's a work that somebody does for somebody else. Good job. All right, who would like to go next? You can have a seat. Go ahead. Tell us what you received.
Chips.
Chips. Where would you put it in? Goods or
Goods.
services? Goods. Why?
Because that's what people make for people.
Good. Yeah, it's something that somebody else made, right? They're selling in the store. Good job. And then somebody else. All right, so we learned about goods and services. Now advertisements. Okay? How artists can help sell goods and services making advertisements. Advertisements are announcements, are notices that people get, and they get it to come to the stores. It brings attention to goods and services. So there are announcements like these right here that I provided that you guys could see in magazines. You guys could see sometimes commercials. You guys could see it on newspaper. And what artists do to attract your attention, to get your attention, is that they use big letters. Do you guys see big letters on both of these advertisements? Yes, okay. They also use catchy words like new, or on sale, #1, super, the best. Do you guys see any of those words on here?
Yes.
On this one, what is the word, what's the catchy words that are on here? Best, right? Okay. And it also has winner, or it has we best prices, okay? Now, another thing that advertisement has is a lot of color, or colors that pop out. Like the yellow, you guys can see it from far away, it pops out at you. This one's just very colorful and very nice looking, okay? That's what they do. Welcome to the family. Is it really welcoming you to their family? No, but they use that. It's a catchy word that they use to attract you to buy cars, okay? So an advertisement uses these 3 things: big words, catchy words, and a lot of color. That's what's used for stores could sell their goods and services. So now, in your groups, you guys, I'm gonna give you guys a poster, and you're gonna use your crayons and your markers and create one advertisement for an object. And I'm gonna let you guys go to the floor and choose the object that you guys wanna sell, okay? And you guys gotta convince your other students to buy it, all right? So group 1, you guys could stand up, decide one thing that you're gonna sell. You got 10 seconds to get in. Make sure you talk to each other. 10, 9, 8. Okay, that was pretty fast. Good job. Group number 2, you guys can stand up and decide what you want to sell. Keep it also sell some services. Okay, good job. So now, I'm gonna give you guys about 10 minutes, and you guys are gonna go ahead and draw out your object. Remember, you wanna sell it. You want the class to have it, not the other products. You want them to have yours, okay? So by learning that advertisement use big letters, a lot of color, and catchy words, you guys are gonna make the same. All right, group number one, it seems like you're ready. Now, how are you gonna present it? You're gonna come up here, you're gonna say the name of your thing, you're gonna come up to the next one, is it a good or service? And then the next step is, why should we buy it? Okay, you're gonna tell us, okay? You guys can go ahead and start.
The name is Talkies.
All right,
It is good.
good. And why should we buy it, Alejandra?
Because it is awesome.
It's awesome, it is the...
Best of the best.
Okay, you guys wrote some catchy phrases, good, and you used a lot of color.
Real good.
It's real good, there you go. Okay,
And it's
good job.
99 cents.
We're all gonna clap for our teammates. DJ, pay attention. I'll give you guys a quiz. You guys are gonna look at the picture and decide whether it's a good in service. We were gonna read it together. I don't want anybody yelling out any answers, okay? Now you guys could go ahead and flip your quiz. And this is how it's gonna look like. It's gonna show you a picture. This is a picture of a smoothie. You decide whether it's a good or service. You're gonna be circling it, okay? The answer. And I'm gonna go over each one, read it to you guys in case you don't know what the picture is. Alright, so we're gonna pretend we already did the quiz. Alright, so it's time to wrap up. Today we saw an anchor chart, two of them, one of them telling us what goods and services are, and the other one showing us what how artists use advertisements to sell goods. And from this, you the students have been able to identify goods and services on your quiz with an 88% accuracy. I'm pretty sure you got an 88 on that quiz. Now some review questions. Can somebody tell me what the difference between a good and a service is? What is the difference between a good and a service? Yes, Alejandra?
A good is something being bought in, or things that were made or grew.
Good, things that were made and grow. And what is a service? Emma, thanks for raising your hand.
Work that someone else does for
Good. Can somebody raise their hand and give me an example of a service? Yes?
a taxi driver.
Taxi driver, good. And how does a producer use art to sell a good? What is one thing that an artist use on an advertisement? Somebody could remember.
Big words.
Big words. Anybody else?
Lots of colors.
Lots of colors. Good job. All right, and we are done.